He gets bumped from behind by the 78. Around goes the 3 on the restart. The 24 of Chase Elliott also around. Hard contact by Austin Dillon. Also caught up, the 44 of Brian Scott.
78 just got in the back of him, trying to push him. Not trying to wreck him, trying to push him to help him, but as you said, heavy impact for Austin.
Out there on the outside of the 19. Whoa! Wreck down the back straight of the 19.
Kidding me? Big wreck behind you. Caution south. Caution south.
Well, we knew that it might be a little wild and crazy here at the end.
Yeah, that would hurt. Damn, man. Give me a break. Who was that?
That was Kyle.
There's Larson on the right coming up behind Edwards.
Yeah, he got a little loose.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. I think Carl got a little loose.
He was under the 41. That sucked him around just a tiny bit. The back end stepped out ever so slightly, and he had to check up.
Whoa, Kurt way up the racetrack.
Not good.
About to get crowded.
Not good.
Oh, he's coming to pit road 24. I think he.
Trouble.
Crash.
Run behind him.
Matt.
Tony Stewart. Casey Kane. All torn up.
I think the 24 was thinking to come to pit road right there. When he slowed down, it just stacked them all up.
Guys, a little bit. Tony Stewart, we need to see, make sure he's okay here, because that was a pretty hard lick. He got hit the wall and got hit pretty hard there, so we need to get him out of this car.
Right side of your screen on the inside.
Starts to roll up here. Looks to me like he's thinking about coming to pit road.
Yep.
Miraculously, he didn't get hit, but further back.
Was there contact between Trevor Bayne and Matt Kenseth? That's the question.
Yeah, he did get a little bit of damage on the right rear quarter.
See the 5 car that really hit Tony Stewart in the left front there. That's what had me a little worried. But yeah. Tony jumped right out of that car. He was fine.
Guys,
what about poor old Matt Kenseth?
Riding with Harvick.
Rolling on the bottom, watch ahead here. You're still rolling all off. Stay watch it. It's easy.
My goodness.
Come on.
Smoke, the 24 of Chase Elliott was trying to wave off to the cars behind him. He was going to pit, but it definitely has been one of those undescribable nights.
I'm as baffled as everybody. I don't know how in the hell we were scored a lap down after they stopped the 20 car and they pit everybody together, lap down and lead lap and lap down. It's the most screwed up all-star race I've ever been a part of. I'm glad this is the last one.
The good news is you're okay.
Yeah, I'm all right, except I'm just madder than hell because I don't understand how in the hell they've officiated this whole thing from start to finish.
Green flag.
Whoa! No, Johnson's out of it.
Big wreck.
Can't go.
Big wreck going to happen here on the front straightaway.
No, man! You are kidding me?
Look at who came out front.
So here's the restart.
It's a nice jump here.
Yeah, he starts to go, but it looks like when he shifts.
That's where he shifted third.
And it just didn't, something happened.
And then here comes trouble.
It's on from there.
Look who this takes out. The 78, the 4, 47. All these cars piling in there. Nowhere to go. Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Bam, right into the 24.
Kyle Busch.
Going to be easier to tell you who's not involved.
Goodness
right.
gracious.
The 2, the 11.
The 18 of Kyle Busch. Oh, and a big contact. Came across the barrier. The 16 of Biffle involved. As is the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Austin Dillon included in this as well. Look at what happened. Ryan Blaney of the 21. It was just behind him. Stenhouse Jr. into the wall. Back out. There was some contact made behind him, and then big contact from Jimmy Johnson.
I mean, from that angle, it looked like Stenhouse lost it off the long carousel, got loose, leaving the carousel, trying to carry speed, just got loose, and now he gets back out on the racetrack.
Heavy shot for Jimmy Johnson into the side of the 17. You see 16 of Greg Biffle also getting into the Armco, the 3 of Dillon. We've seen some major crashes here, Jeff. Unfortunately, I know you've been a part of at least one. It's that blind sweeping corner. So we're going to see right here the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse up in front. He gets up over that curve and just gets loose. Just hard in the gas, gets loose, comes across the racetrack. Big shot into the Armco, and then it's just so narrow, Rick. There's no escape route. The 17 doesn't slide 100 feet off the racetrack. He comes back onto the racetrack. Heavy contact with the 48.
The outside, Carl Edwards on the inside. Green flag back in the air. They're blocking. Good go Nevo. Carl Edwards into the wall. He got tagged by the 22. Big hits by the 19. And the caution comes back out again.
That is exactly what we saw Joey Logano was going to try to do. Big fire of the 78. But that is what we thought was going to happen. Obviously, the wreck isn't what we thought. Martin Truex Jr. needs to get out of this race car.
Very aggressive on the restart. The flames rolling out from underneath the hood of the 78. Red flag comes out. Martin Truex Jr. is out of the car.
The 22 gets a big run. Carl sees him coming. He goes to block. 22 does not slow up. Stays in the throttle. Big wreck.
And the 22 really ended up getting a lot better out of that situation because it looked as though Brad Keselowski laid completely off of him, the 22's teammate.
Well, he wanted nothing to do with it. He didn't want anything to do with the accident or the championship battle. But you see the 48's blocking the 2 to the bottom.
And listen, if you're a Carl Edwards fan, you're upset at Joey Logano. If you're a Joey Logano fan, you're upset at Carl Edwards. That right there is Joey Logano being aggressive, making a very, very aggressive move, but he got a good restart. Carl Edwards had no choice but to block. If he doesn't turn left, Joey Logano's next to him entering turn 1. He's in the middle of 3 wide. Worst possible scenario for Carl. Carl turns left, trying to block a championship on the line.
Being proficient at restrictor plate racing. 4 wins, and we've got trouble behind him, Rick.
Around they go.
Stay down, go up.
It looked like it was Eric Almirola that was the first to go sideways and then collecting numerous cars behind him. May have been the one of Jamie McMurray. It was a light blue car. Chase Elliott. That's Sun Energy 1. Caught up the window net down for him. Paul Menard in the 27. Jamie McMurray trying to get it going the right direction.
Murray actually comes down and gets onto the left front. It's on from there. I mean, we talked about it earlier. As soon as somebody makes a mistake and you're in this big pack of cars, you're going to take a lot of people with you. It's just how it happens. Some of these cars riding around the back actually got in the wreck as well. So one mistake by a driver, a mistake by 2 drivers, and this is what happens. It's not just those 2.
And a bump there by the 48. The back bumper of Jamie McMurray. 78 of Martin Truex Jr. caught up. Danica Patrick also. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88. Brian Scott up on the hood of the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Chris Buescher, 23-year-old out of Prosper, Texas, was involved.
Chris on the leader.
Well, Brad Keselowski's won here.
Car to the wall, turn 1 hard.
Oh, that's going to be big. Big.
Oh, huge wreck.
Everybody.
They're still running into each other. Newman's on fire.
13 cars got away. Everybody else is in it. Now watch the first 2 cars in the middle lane from our Goodyear aerial coverage. Jimmy Johnson and the 41 of Kurt Busch.
Here comes the push. Gets a little side drive from that 27. Just gets him in that left rear.
Got him on that left rear.
It doesn't take much.
Can't do it.
You can do that a little bit in the corner where the car's loaded up, but on the straightaway, you got to be real careful. Look like just as the 41 was getting there, the 48, moved just a little bit, and that's all it took. That little bit of contact.
Boy, you just cannot push on that left side.
Go on board here, or from the outside of 48. Right there. Wow, great camera work.
Tight shot. Watch this.
Right up into Paul Menard.
Just gets it a little bit on that corner, and it turns a 48 dead right.
Yeah, it's sort of like the 48 was turning a little bit to the right. The 41 was turning a little bit to the left, and that little bit of contact.
What a shame. Look at all those cars.
You can see the hood flap coming up in the air on the 41 as he got close to the 41. So you're also losing front downforce if you're the car behind. You're taking the air off of the car in front of you. Really lightens the back of that car up as well. Then you make contact.
Oh, Busch to block, down to the bottom, up to the top. Busch to block.
No. Blocking. Yeah.
trash heap.
We're in grass and 2.
What a mess.
Matt Kenseth. His car pretty well torn up, and they will have to fix it if he's going to retain his outside front row start for the 500.
Mike,
if they go to a backup car.
That's a backup car.
That baby's crashed. And he's got to run on McMurray, and he doesn't have anywhere to go, and they bottle up and wreck.
Now look at Kurt Busch in the 41. He's going to get a lot of damage, but he is able to continue on and finish third.
Wow. Behind
Kyle Busch and McMurray.
I guess the question will be on the 41, is that repairable damage? Will they have to go to a backup car? Because he's certainly going to get a good starting position if he finishes fourth.
I think the right side of that car is pretty torn. He said, did he get on Earnhardt? Said, don't you think about it?
Hard in the wall.
Oh, that was a hard lick.
And that is Brian
like another
Vickers.
Right rear tire went down to me.
My gosh, that was a hard lick.
You know, we saw that car really dancing around. You made a comment about it, DW. And the next thing you know, he went to go into turn 1, and the car just turned around.
You got to have some sort of
right up ahead, right in the middle.
Bam! Wow. Gosh, that was hard hit.
He almost missed it. It's tough when somebody cuts a tire right in the middle of the field like that. You can see just a little bit of smoke come off this 14 car just as he starts to get into turn 1. You can start to see the sidewall of the tire hanging out.
There she goes.
There's just nothing you can do in that situation.
Goodness.
Oh, Clip Boyer.
Another big crash on the backstretch, Rick.
Man, and right up in front of more traffic.
Behind you in 3.
Ryan Newman's in it.
David Reagan is in it.
Well,
Fire.
And Chris Buescher was in it as well.
Chris Buescher involved. The 83 of Dylan Lupton up on top of the 31. The Fire underneath the hood of the 23. And the 14 of Tony Stewart.
So he's ripped the oil lines out of the 14.
Stop right here, Lisa.
Contact right here heading into turn 1. The 31 accelerates, gets inside the 14 as they enter the backstretch.
And we've seen this several times. The cars having, getting into turn 1, and the 14 just kept coming down on the 31 on the back straightaway. He wasn't happy maybe with what went on in turn 1, and
big impact by the 23. And you see right there, Chris Buescher kind of bounces between them. Yeah. Luckily gets through, but that was a really big impact for the 23 of David Reagan. It was great to see.
19 coming up the racetrack.
I mean, if you felt like that the 14 came down on the 31 getting into turn 1, so the 23 really into the back of the 31 hard.
So unfortunate for David Reagan, but what this in essence does is it clinches the chase spot for Chris Buescher.
Dylan. Kyle Busch and Dylan saw trouble. Car hard in the wall, 2 of them. Keselowski to the line. Caution had waved with Keselowski the leader, and crashing are Harvick, Allmendinger, Stenhouse, Truex. This is synced up with the video to establish the moment of caution into the tri-oval. Contact between Truex and Allmendinger, and then Cole Witt turns Kevin Harvick up and into the wall, and Stenhouse and Allmendinger. Witt slides along and crashes with Truex. Caution is out. Green is Kyle Busch. And around goes Kyle Larson.
Ooh, man. Oh, big impact.
Man.
Thank God that safer barrier's there, but that was still a huge impact.
Second caution of the day, lap 48.
That thing hit head on.
Did you see it go up in the air, DW?
It reminded me of when Denny Hamlin wrecked down here off turn 4 a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I see him moving around inside there.
Coming.
Oh, yeah, you can just see right there. Left rear tire goes out, and he's lost control at this moment. He's trying to keep it going straight.
Yeah.
Hits the outside wall.
This is the one that's going to hurt.
Watch
this thing come down through here, head on into that inside wall.
Just nothing he can do at this point.
Just hang on. And
straight into the safer barrier.
Watch that safer barrier. Watch that thing flex and shoot that car back out.
Now you're talking about a 3,400-pound piece of machinery lifted all 4 wheels.
Oh boy, Stanley Steamer.
Whoa, there's
and around she goes into Kenseth.
Oh gosh.
Up in the air and into the wall hard.
Man, Kenseth.
Man, I thought he was going to catch the catch fence back there. The way it landed was.
I am not believing that.
He's fine, boy. He got the window net down right away out of frustration. The 4 car, Harvick.
Danica climbs out. Radio cord gets disconnected. She's right in the middle, the 5th car back.
I think somebody makes contact with. Oh, McDowell got her in the left rear.
Yep.
Yep. And
oh no, she hit him in the right front. And when that happened, just got air underneath the car.
Is anybody left in this race?
Let's watch from the Goodyear aerial coverage, and you'll see several things happen here as Kenseth's car comes back down to earth.
I can tell you, a lot of teams are going to be freezing those shots to look underneath this car when they leave here.
No, I saw that.
It's not often you get to see what's underneath them.
Right behind the red 21, there's the 3 of them. Whoosh.
You realize how powerful the wind is in that situation to be able to take a car of this weight, what's 3,400 pounds around approximately, and just pick it up in the air like it's a piece of paper.
There's McDowell into the 43 of Eric Almirola.
Look at that.
And
thing.
up goes Kenseth.
It's like a feather. Lord of mercy.
Now, right
on this stop, this car just loose early on in this race, but they did settle it down much better.
Back straight away. A big hit, and Jimmy Johnson goes spinning.
Upside down. Busher. Oh, man.
Chris Buescher on his lid and lands back on his wheels. Caution.
Oh, man, we saw 4 wide off the corner over there. I was afraid of this.
Michael Annett involved.
3 car was involved.
Chris Buescher had the worst of it. Austin Dillon brushes Austin Dillon.
Turns him into the 35.
And Dillon gets into Gilliland. Joey Logano turned the 48. And Buescher goes for a big tumble.
I didn't think that thing was going to stop rolling there for a second, DW.
Goodness.
Really good to hear he's doing okay.
There's just it's just almost inevitable.
It's like it just sucked the 1 up into the 3 and
pushed him right up.
The 3 had nowhere to go. The 35 was to the outside of him.
Not sure how much damage.
Big impact.